Hello and welcome to our game here between the Waterloo Warriors and the Laurier Golden Hawks. Of course, the Laurier Golden Hawks, the home team this evening in our 7 p.m. game at Bechtel Park. Popped straight up by the leadoff hitter from your Waterloo Warriors as what is a beautiful, beautiful night for baseball. The weather couldn't be any better tonight as we got a right-hander on the mound for the Laurier Golden Hawks here. Second pitch of the at-bat, skied up and in. 1-1 to start our game here. Of course, a different look. We'll get used to it. We'll figure something out as we go. Definitely we'll see changes as the game goes on, and we'll see how the teams do today as the second swing swung on and missed. Beautiful pitch there from the right-hander. Looking in, getting his signs ready to go here. 2 strikes on the board already. 1-2 pitch. Checked up, and umpire says safe. Did not swing, and will bring the count to 2-2. Good bout control here from the Warriors right-hander. Count's evened up now. Little righty-on-righty matchup. Swung on and missed a strikeout to start the game for the Golden Hawks. Pitcher feeling himself here. See now, Applovich coming up. The right-hander has some power behind that swing. Of course, Bechtel Park has some good dimensions. 380 to dead center. 325 to the left field corner for our right-handed bat. First pitch flies on the outside. We'll see how Laurier decides to attack moving forward here. Picking up a big strikeout to start our game. Pitch comes in, and it is called strike by the umpire, locating the inside part of the strike zone. Looking in, ready to go. Swung on and missed for the first strike in the at-bat. 1-1 now. 1 out on the board for the pitcher from Laurier. As he looks in, catcher puts down the sign. Excuse the camera angle. Definitely going to find a better spot for it soon. Right-hander with the pitch, and it's swung on. And that sits down Applovich. Big strikeout, 2 in a row for the Laurier Golden Hawks right-hander. That's the start of the game you want from your starting pitcher. It doesn't get better than trying the first batters you see for strikeouts each. Gonna have a tough matchup here with a left-handed bat. A little change of pace. Pitch comes in, flies outside. Starting up in the count now. The Waterloo Warriors bats still trying to get into this one. As the sun's still up in our beautiful afternoon game here. Strike called from the umpire. We'll even up the count 1 apiece. Finding the part of the strike zone, of course. Looking back, confirming with the umpire. Looks in, ready to go here. Righty-lefty matchup. Pitch comes in, and that one does not find the strike zone. 2 balls, 1 strike now. Waterloo searching for its first base runner of the game. Trying not to get out of the top half of the first without a base runner. And that's going to be hit to the left field side. Soft single will do just that. Get the first base runner going for the Warriors and what might be a 2-out rally. Who's to say? Of course, the right-hander for Laurier still putting some good pitches in there. Just a better piece of hitting. Two strikeouts already. Base runner on first. No reason to not still be in the groove of things if you are the Golden Hawks pitcher here. First pitch does not find the strike zone. As we are back to a righty-righty matchup here, Waterloo. going back to the more dominant hand positioning, the right-handed bat now. Pitch comes in. That one's going to hit the Waterloo Warrior, putting runners on first and second now, and the runner in scoring position, too. An opportunity for the Warriors now to put some numbers on the board, but they're going to have to play some smart baseball. Two outs on the board. This Yuki, the right-hander, will take the first pitch in the dirt outside for a ball. Trying to get back into that groove that we saw in the first two batters. The right-hander from the Golden Hawks enters his windup. Well, checks on the runner on two, enters his windup, and will find the strike zone. Beautiful pitch to even up the count at 1 apiece. Yuki trying to keep this 2-out rally going. 2 base runners on for him. This pitch comes in. It's outside. The throw to the first base bag. Not in time. Awkward play over there at first. There's now 2 balls. 1 strike on the board. Waterloo trying to keep this rally going. We'll see if they can. Yuki at bat. Swung on and popped up to the first base side, coming in on it and calling off his teammates, making the catch for the Golden Hawks as they will allow no score here in the top half of the 5th. We'll see what the bats can do when we come back. We are back with our game here in a beautiful Tuesday night at Bechtel Park for a game between the Golden Hawks and the Warriors. The Warriors unable to score any runs while getting 2 base runners on in the top half of the first inning. We'll see what they can do with the gloves on, as there's a huge single on the leadoff batter for the Golden Hawks. Exactly what you're looking for if you're cheering for Laurier tonight. Coming up now, right-hander with man on first, an opportunity to do some damage. We'll see if he can advance the base runner at the bare minimum. As we have a righty on righty matchup. Pitch comes in, not able to find the zone. It's looking in. Pitch comes in, can't find the strike zone yet. Again, 2-0 the count here. Looking at that runner on first, he does not appear to be taking too big of a lead, and no reason to. 3 balls, no strikes on the board, and no outs. No reason to risk it, as you have all the power here in the bottom half of the first inning. As the strike zone found to increase the count to 3-1. The Warriors looking for their first out of the first inning. Right-hander looking in. Ready to go. Swung on and skied up to center field. Cam Dunner making the grab for the first out of the inning. And the base runner cannot advance on the play. Still runner on first with 1 out. Another righty on righty matchup. Runner goes on the first pitch. Throw down, and that is in to the outfielder. Would have been if not for a heads-up play from the shortstop of the Warriors. Keeping that in the infield and keeping the base runner on second. A successful stolen base for the Golden Hawks. Base runner on second to deal with. Runner in scoring position. Pitch comes in and makes it in the dirt. Taking a minute to reset. Just thinking about how to deal with that runner behind him. Right-hander for Waterloo. And just wind up. Can't find the strike zone there. 3-0. Yet again. 1 out on the board. Warriors looking for 2 more here. Pitch comes in, finds the strike zone. 3-1, and the battle back will kick off. Pitch comes in, hit hard to left field. Hold up at third to put runners on the corners. With 1 out here, the Golden Hawks hitting very well. A dire situation for the Warriors here. Warriors put themselves in a great position to blow this game open here in the bottom of the first. Runner on third with just 1 out. Swung on, hit hard to the right field side. Able to make the catch, the center fielder. Throw comes in. It's a good throw, but not in time. As the runner scores for the Golden Hawks as they take the lead here. Home Golden Hawks have been really hitting well, seeing the ball exceptionally at Bechtel Park. Still looking for their second out of the inning, the Warriors. Right-hander will find the strike zone. Going ahead in the count, 0-1. As the sun continues to set here. Strike zone gets hit yet again. 2 in a row. Great pitches from the Warriors pitcher. Trying to get out of the jam he's found himself in. Already allowing 1 run and a runner on first. Pitch comes in, cannot find the strike zone 3 times in a row. 1-2 and cannot get the Golden Hawk to bite on the pitch. Swung on, hit hard up the center field, bobbled from the fielder of Waterloo, but he is able to flip it to short in time to get the Warriors out of the inning. On a sac fly, the run scores for the Golden Hawks, as we'll see you in the top half of the second inning. Don't go anywhere. First pitch swung on and fouled to the first base side here in the top half of the second inning in the Battle of Waterloo. Of course, this is our third game in the Battle of Waterloo. We had 2 games on Saturday. The teams would split them 1 game apiece. The first one being a 6-4 victory for the Golden Hawks as the pitch swung on and fouled up to the left field side, the third base side, and that's going to land fair. Hustling in for a big double as the ball never once seen in the air in the foul territory in third base side, and that's exactly what you want from your leadoff batter. Maybe just a little bit of luck. The first game, a 6-4 victory on Saturday for the Golden Hawks. The Warriors would come back and win 9-5 in our second of 2 games Saturday. The rubber match, the tiebreaker, the grudge match between these 2 teams. We'll see how the game this evening unwinds in a new angle as we make do to the best of our abilities here at Bechtel Park. Runner not going on second. As the first pitch in our second at bat will be in the dirt. Righty on lefty matchup. As it's Smart, the catcher. taking cuts and, well, in this instance, not taking cuts as he will lay off the pitch. Excuse the netting that will occasionally get onto the camera there. Not a field meant to have games broadcasted at. As Smart making good decisions with the bat, keeping it on his shoulder and putting himself into a big 3-0 count here with a runner on second base. Another runner would be very nice for the Waterloo Warriors here. Dancing on second base, getting checked on by the right-hander for the Golden Hawks. Pitch comes in, finds the strike zone. 3-1 the count now on the effective pitch. Smart, the second-year student out of Waterloo. In a battle here, we'll take the 3-1 pitch for a walk to put 2 base runners on. First and second for the Warriors as Clapp will come up, the lanky right-hander. Looking to use that size to his advantage. That nice long swing to drive some power into this ball. No outs yet here in the top of our second inning. First pitch taken for a ball in the dirt. Golden Hawks pitcher, right-hander, gets his signs, checks on the runner on 2, and does so twice. Throw comes in and cannot find the strike zone. 2 balls, no strikes against now. Walking his last batter, trying to avoid doing that yet again and trying to shut down the Warriors to the best of his abilities. We watch as the Golden Hawk right-hander operates with the 2-0 pitch, swung on by Clapp and fouled down the third base side. Clapp trying to continue his battle here. Clapp digging back in at the plate here as he tries to cash in the runner in scoring position, tying this game up in the early goings. Swung on, fouled yet again by Clapp as he stays alive here. Three and 2, full count. Golden Hawks pitcher enters his windup. That one getting fouls back yet again. Clapp continues to battle here. Looking in, set to resume the battle here. The full count. War of attrition raging on. Pitch comes in. Swung on, fouled yet again. Far out of play. Into the parking lot. That ball continues to bounce and roll away as Clapp in this long at bat getting that pitch count to continue to climb. He resets, try not to let that swing get tired. Right here for the Golden Hawks, trying to get that strikeout and cannot with the pitch in the dirt. Will not get Clapp to bite as he loads the bases with no outs on the board yet. Set to resume action after a brief mound visit. trying to deal with the situation. Of course, no outs. Bases loaded. Waterloo has any option that they want, and they decide to go swinging. First pitch will be fouled back. As these are some of the biggest at-bats in the young season so far. Pitch comes in, and that will be in the dirt. Perfect block from the pitcher, or from the catcher, excuse me, Bateman, behind the dish. 1-1 the count. As the third pitch of the at-bat will be soared up and putting the Waterloo batter ahead in the count. As any base hit is going to be trouble for the Golden Hawks here as they look to pick up their first out of the inning. 2 straight walks. Followed by a beautiful pitch there, getting a foul tip. That will be sent straight back. Gonna have to protect the zone now with a 2-2 count. Golden Hawks looking to put him away. They cannot find the zone with that pitch. A very, very close pitch just on the outside part. Runners on third, second, first. Right-hander at the plate. Golden Hawks pitcher enters his wind up. Swung on and missed. A very clutch strikeout for the first out of the top half of the second inning. Exactly what the right-hander needed to get out of the jam, or at least get one step closer to being out of the jam. 1 out on the board now as a strikeout is as clean as it gets. Count's now fresh, new batter, who will start ahead in his count. 1 ball, no strikes here. As Waterloo is still trying to find their first run of the game, and this is the situation to do it. Pitch comes in, swung on, fouled straight back. Two pitches, 1 ball, 1 strike. As the Warriors trying to cash in on the opportunity handed to him. Inside pitch. Smart decision, leaving it be. Ahead in the count now. The opportunity to be patient.